Okay, so my name is Marquisha Watson. I'm doing my project on copyright and licensing for film and television. So basically, the first question is like, where do I even start? So, when creating a TV show or a film, copyright is basically already given to you based on your own creative idea. So, from the moment you just decide, all right, this is what I want to do, and you put out that body of work, you already have, since you did it with your own creative mind, you have the copyrights for it already, unless you're planning on going further. So, knowing that you already have copyright for it, that means you already have the right to sell it or do whatever you want to do with it. So it also doesn't guarantee full protection for the production. It just basically gives you the opportunity to say, hey, I did this first, just in case someone does try and copy you. But if someone, like, basically fights you in court, it's possible that they can win. But anyway, so basically, you can go out and you can register for a copyright fee, and basically that piece of paper will be something that you could take in court just in case you needed to try to fight that production. So to complete that, you will have to pay a registration fee. So if you're doing like a single body of work, that's just like one movie or one episode, whether you post it online or you post it on YouTube or anything. So for a single body of work, it's a $35 application fee. But if you're doing like an ongoing assignment that consists of multiple episodes, basically any production that's gonna keep going on, the application will be $55 for it. So, you may ask, like, how long would this last? Well, the copyright for a film basically lasts the entire life of the creator, but it also gives you an additional 70 years after the creator has passed away. And this basically started January 1st on 1978. So, from that day, if it was created on that day or any day after that, then it went along with the laws of the entire life plus 70 years. So, before the year of 1978, it actually only lasted for 28 years, but the creator could get it renewed. So, for example, if a person was about 90 years old and they just created, well, they just got their production renewed, even though like they pass away after their 28 years are up, somebody could just use it. They don't get that additional years just because they just passed away. And then also, there are artists who decide to leave their work anonymous. And so, since you can't really put a time limit on there for the time that they pass, they'll either do the copyright for the moment that the product was, well, that production was released, or the moment that it was actually created. So, it'll either be 95 to 120 years, or whichever comes first. So, if you're asking what about TV, TV shows are a tad bit different, but not much. So, in TV shows, the episodes that are on cable TV are copyrighted through the production company. So, basically, any show that's put out, the company owns that show for up to 95 years. If that creator dies, the production company can still continue to create shows. They can sell the show or do whatever they want to do, but negotiations still have to be made in order to determine which rights are given to the company. So, as far as this, there are times where maybe it'll be like a nice show, but once it goes like mainstream and it starts getting views, it doesn't really matter what happens to the creator. For example, Snowfall, the director of the show, the creator and director of the show passed away, but they're still continuing the show because it doesn't really matter. The production company owns it, so yeah. And so, what about the music in film and like TV shows? So, as y'all know, music is used to help set the tone for films. A lot of people might listen to one specific song and it just might make them go into a creative spasm, and they just might write all kind of things. So I know, like on YouTube and also on social media, there are a lot of moments when people might post, "I do not have the rights to this music," and that's just because they might want to use the song just because they like it. But there are times where if you don't use that, you could get charged with like copyright, because you have to let people know, like, I'm not trying to gain money from this. I just like the song. And so most sources of media actually will block you from posting it if you don't put that label. So for example, It's just needed for music licensing. So you have to get a license. The license is for just to be able to use it. So you have to get you have to obtain the rights for the song from the publisher or whoever owns the masters. And so even though you might use it for like one small scene or you might use a song for a full episode, it's definitely important um to get licensing for that. For example, for my senior project, I use Whitney Houston Saving All My Love, and YouTube instantly like let me know like, hey, you cannot be paid for this, but I also like let it be known that, hey, I do not own the rights to this. I just really wanted to use it for my film. And so you ask like, what's the difference between license versus copyright? Well, a license basically is saying, hey, I have permission to use this copyrighted material. But that type of material has to actually be set down, and you have to have a negotiation to say, okay, this is how much I will pay you from this, and you really just have to figure out how much goes to the owner. And so the owner is the person who actually has full copyright of the production. So copyright is the owner of the body of work, when licenses is how you get permission to use that copyrighted material. So film and TV writers, they use music licenses in order to use the artist's music in their project. But a music composer is the person who owns the copyright to their songs. So I hope this cleared up a lot of the confusion. I wanted to dig a little bit deeper into this, which is why I went back to the film topic. And if you have any more questions, this will be my reference page. So take you a little time and go through these. And I hope everyone has a great summer. Thank you.